Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Programs in Italy information session for our Winter 2027 Study Abroad Fair. My name is Joy Richardson. I am the Study Abroad Advisor for all of our Italy programs in CGIS. We're going to go ahead and get started with the presentation. We have four programs available for Italy for the winter 2027 semester. So this includes our Advanced Italian and Bologna program, our Humanities and Social Sciences and Sorrento program. We have a new program offering in Perugia, Multidisciplinary Studies. The applications for that will be opening next week. And then coming soon is a new program, and we'll get more details on that later on. So, some factors to consider when choosing a semester program in Italy might include the language of instruction, the cost, housing, your major or minor, or many other factors too, as you can see on the graphic on the right. So, any Italian majors or minors should work closely with their Italian advisor when choosing between programs and selecting courses on these programs. So, we have three different programs at the moment, with one more coming. So all of them are provider programs, and the biggest difference is that our advanced Italian and Bologna program is meant for students that have 4 semesters of college level Italian with at least a B minus in those courses and a minimum 3.0 GPA. Our other two programs in Sorrento and Perugia both require a 2.5 GPA. And all of our programs are offered during the winter, fall, and academic year. So, if you are an Italian major or minor, then the best program that is recommended is our Advanced Italian in Bologna. This program will offer way more courses in Italian. And then, if maybe you don't have as strong of a background in Italian or you don't know any Italian at all, then we have our programs in Sorrento, Perugia, and then we have a new program that is going to be coming soon. So these programs may offer more limited coursework offering in Italian, but they still have some Italian courses. So our advanced Italian program is in Bologna, Italy, and it's ran by the BCSP program, which is the Bologna Consortium Studies program. Again, this requires 4 semesters of college level Italian. So if you've taken the equivalent of Italian 231, 232, and 230, then you would qualify for this program. And this program has about 12 to 18 U of M credits per semester that students typically take. Students will take 1 to 2 courses at the BCSP Center and then 2 to 4 courses at the University of Bologna. And then typically students are staying in student residence halls, and typically these residence halls are where students are staying with other Italian students, and they have a lot of opportunities to speak Italian with others in the area. The language of instruction is primarily going to be in Italian, and then there will be some English courses offered at the University of Bologna. And applications for this program will be due on September 1st. So the Humanities and Social Sciences and Sorrento program is actually our most popular program in Italy at the moment. It's located in Sorrento, and the provider is Santa Anna Institute. It requires a minimum 2.5 GPA, and then you can take between 12 to 18 U of M credits here. And there's one Italian course that's recommended, but it's definitely not required. So if you're not planning on taking any Italian, you don't have to do so on this program. And there's a variety of different course offerings available, particularly relating to humanities and social sciences. I know some of the most popular courses that students love to take are history of the mafia, history of Italian culture and food, volcanology, or even marine biology. There's a lot of housing options here, so it might include shared apartments, homestays, and or residence halls. And then the language of instruction is primarily in English with some Italian courses too. And applications will actually be due September 1st, so it's going to be a little bit earlier of a deadline. And then we are launching a new program for winter 2027. Also a little bit old. So we already have multidisciplinary studies in Perugia for the summer, but we've decided to expand that to fall and winter semesters. So this is located in Perugia with our provider, Arcadia. The minimum GPA is a 2.5, and you'll be taking between 15 to 18 U of M credits per semester, which rounds out to around 5 to 6 courses. If you are a PITES, so environment, food and sustainability major, or psychology major, this course has excellent course options for that. You will be required to take one Italian course on this program. And if you don't know any Italian, that's okay. They have beginner Italian courses available. There's also an optional internship placement and seminar available. And the courses will be taken at Umbra Institute in Perugia. And then for the housing, typically students are staying in shared apartments that are dispersed throughout the city, and it's in the city center typically. And the language of instruction will be in primarily English, with some Italian course offerings available. Applications will be due September 1st, and then applications will be opening next week for this program. And finally, we do have a new program in Italy coming. It's still pending approval, so please check back in at the end of April for more information on this. This will be a competitive program with a minimum 2.8 GPA, and it will be open to LSA students only. And significant coursework in communications, history, art history, and international studies will be prioritized. You will be taking 15 to 18 U of M credits on this program, and then students will also be required to take one Italian course at an appropriate level on this program. So if you don't know any Italian, that's perfectly okay. Beginner Italian is permitted. And this program will primarily have coursework in English. Students will be required to stay in program housing, and the language of instruction will be either English or a little bit of Italian. And if this program is ultimately approved, then applications will be due on August 15th. So this deadline is definitely going to be sooner than our other Italy program deadlines. So if you are an Italian major or minor, please make sure you are consulting with the Romance Languages and Literature Department to plan your study abroad experience. And with careful planning, then you can take a lot of requirements for those major or minors abroad. So most of our winter 2027 program applications opened last month. And then some of the other Italy program offerings will be opening later this month. Please make sure you attend our winter advising fair this Friday if you would like to get advising with CGIS or meet with major and minor advisors. You can start your applications now and prep for letters of recommendation if needed. Throughout May and July, please feel free to meet with me or any of the other advisors or attend information sessions. You can begin completing your applications and also researching financial aid. And then from August 1st up until September 15th, we'll have a variety of application deadlines. So please make sure you are looking at those deadlines carefully for our programs, especially for the Italy programs. And then you can also begin applying for funding around this time. And then after the deadlines, you can continue to apply for funding. Really, the earlier, the better. As soon as you can get started on that, that would be great. You can fill out a financial aid estimate with the OFA office, and then please make sure you are speaking with your advisors about departmental course approvals, and just about the courses you need to take for your major or your minor. So, as always, start the conversations with your advisors early about study abroad. They can help you decide what requirements you can complete abroad and what must be done on campus. Just as a note, CGIS advisors do not have the authority to make determinations on course approvals. You have to speak with your departmental or major or minor advisor about that. LSA students will receive in-residence credit no matter what. So these courses can count toward your GPA, and count toward the 120 credits you need overall for graduation. But please keep in mind that if you want to take courses as pass-fail, then you need to do that as like distribution credit or electives. You can't do that for major or minor classes. And again, just make sure you are speaking with your departments about approvals for your major or minor. Consult with your academic advisor at Noonan for distribution requirements. Narrow your choices down, find syllabi, and set up an appointment for that. So our office does have a multiple application policy. So students can only apply to one CGIS program per application cycle unless their first choice program is competitive. So students must rank their applications in mCompass or no applications will be reviewed. So you can apply to one competitive program and then your backup choice can be non-competitive. And then if you apply for a non-competitive program, you cannot apply for anything else through our office. And the reason for that is because really for our non-competitive programs, there's like a 99.9% chance it'll be accepted, so there's no need to put in a secondary application. And please note that competitive programs are indicated on mCompass. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to meet with me or another CGIS advisor. And due to visa complications, programs in Spain cannot be used as backup options, as well as programs in Czechia. And when applying to more than one program, please be aware that acceptance timelines can vary greatly depending on the country. And if you have any questions, feel free to consult any of our CGIS advisors. And then as a final note, so for the new program that is coming in Italy, that one is going to be competitive. So you can feel free to rank maybe our Sorrento program or our Perugia program as backups for that one. So, as you are thinking about study abroad, you can make an appointment with the financial aid office to get an estimate on your aid. You can do that by submitting a study abroad estimate worksheet and making sure you email them. You can also meet with an LSA scholarships advisor to discuss the LSA study abroad scholarship. The applications for that are open now and will close on September 22nd later this year. And if you have any additional questions or just want to know how to get started, you can look at our first step video on our website. You can meet with a peer advisor, and you can also meet with any of the advisors in our office. So with that being said, thank you so much for coming out to this information session, and I hope you have a wonderful day.